Welcome back to Will at Work. I'm Kevin, and today we're looking at the Sony Ericsson phone. Not really a game console, and I'm not going to list it as a console, but this was the PlayStation phone. But Sony decided not to name it the PlayStation phone, but it was designed to be the PlayStation phone. I don't know how else to describe it other than that. It has a slide out control panel here, which gives you the standard PlayStation buttons: triangle, circle, X, and square. It has some analog touchpad controls. It has the square, triangle, X, and O logo there, but it does not say PlayStation anywhere. Now it does have it did have a cross-media bar app type of thing where you could get apps that were designed to support this particular configuration and use these controls, because you had to get apps that supported it. There's a little bit of a homebrew market out there that has sort of taken this and allows you to put a bunch of games on a memory card and play them. But I will tell you that I don't have any of those games because this thing is just a mess. It's just like Sony shut down the store. The operating system's too old. It doesn't get updates. There's no like real file manager on it, so there's no way to like really run things that are compatible with the version of Android that it has. So even getting like an APK to like run is like just cumbersome and difficult unless you maybe know somebody that has one of these that already has it sort of working, that can give you the files that you need. There is a Discord out there of nice people that are sort of out there sort of supporting it as a homebrew device. It does work. I bet if I put a SIM card in it, I could probably get, I can make calls on it, but the keyboard is terrible, and it's all around just not very good. But it's an interesting little footnote that Sony was exploring releasing this as a PlayStation phone. I think it just was one of these things where they probably looked at it the way I looked at it and were like, yeah, this thing's not gonna go. Like, we'll give you the software and everything, and make a run with it, but we're not going to put the PlayStation brand on it because we don't think this isn't what we want. You know what I'm saying? So maybe when it was new, and we went back in time and it had updates in the stores and everything, we're all working on it, then maybe it was pretty good. I find the keyboard and everything on it really lacking. It mistypes a lot when I try to do anything with it, and the whole thing is just a frustrating experience, all around. It does work, it's a keeper. It's in my collection as more of a curiosity item and a novelty. Now you might ask yourself, well, hey, you did N-Gage, and N-Gage was a cell phone that Nokia had released, built around gaming. This is a cell phone that Sony released that's built around gaming. So why is one considered a console and the other isn't? And the reason I will tell you is because with the N-Gage, you don't need to have service. You could just put in games and off those memory cards, and that were commercially available, and it was billed as a game system, right? So you don't need cell service to play those games, and the phone was like just an added feature to the system. That's the best way to put it. Where this was commercialized as a phone rather than a game system. That's part of the reason Sony took the PlayStation brand off of it. So it wasn't really marketed as a game system. It was marketed as a phone with game features. And there we have the difference, because we have a lot of phones that have game features. We have Razr Phone, Razr Phone 2, things like that. There's plenty of phones out there that can do games. All the phones can do games. So you sort of have to draw the line somewhere. And I just think that since the Nokia N-Gage was something that you didn't need the phone's features to play the system, play the games, and it was sold as a game system, then it's a game system. It's a handheld game system. Where this is a phone with a pretty nice touchpad and everything, or gamepad on it, but still just a phone with some games that are mostly Android games. So, yep, Sony Ericsson. I forget the model number of this. It has an actual name. Yeah, it's an Xperia, but it's not technically called the PlayStation phone. A little bit of history there for you.